Hello beautiful trading people, I hope everybody's going extremely well. Today I thought we'd go back and do a react video like we did in the good old days, reacting on a trading strategy from another YouTuber to see whether it works. Today my victim is going to be Archie from the moving average. We're going to be looking at his trading strategy and then we're going to be backtesting it using code to see if it really is good as it seems. Okay, let's get over to my computer and see what this is all about. Okay, here we are on my screen on the moving average. Now the moving average is going to be the YouTube channel that we're going to be looking into his trading strategy today. It's going to be this one just here. It's going to be the best scalping strategy just here. Made 2 years ago and has almost 1 million views. Now the reason I decided to test this one is because the feedback on this video is particularly positive. Lots of great comments about this trading strategy. So I thought I'd go through and see whether it's as good as it seems. As you can see, God bless you, I'm a beginner, learned a lot from this for indicators, things like that. So it looks pretty good. Too good to be true? I don't know. Hopefully all these people haven't just got into a bit of luck, but I will be backtesting it today in exactly the same way as Archie from the moving average has explained it. Okay, so very quickly, this is Archie just here from the moving average, and his trading strategy is pretty simple. Okay, let's go through. We're going to react first of all, and then I'll code it for backtesting. Okay, right, let's get into this.
If you are a day trader and you are looking for a scalping strategy that is going to help you make ridiculous
I stopped it on the ridiculous there.
profits every single day and every single trade. I also traded US.
I'm definitely a day trader. Love scalping strategies every single day. Making profit sounds too good to be true. I haven't got into this yet, but I do know that after 2 years of looking at tons and tons of trading strategies and back testing them and coding them, that you can't expect consistent profits every single day. It's the way it does. It's just the way the market works. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's just complete nonsense to ever think that you're going to make consistent profits every single day. You've got to have days where they're losers. You've got to give back to the market. It's just the way it is, right?
It's 30, and I made $1,100 in like 3 minutes using this strategy, scalping this strategy on a 1 minute time frame. Basic
1 minute time frame sounds good. Too good to be true yet again. As I said, been doing this for a while, and the 1 minute time frame I would steer clear of personally myself. You're going to be optimizing constantly to try and get it to work, and it will eventually burn you out completely. 1 minute is a terrible time frame as far as I'm concerned. For even manual trading must be a total nightmare, but even as a bot trader, the 1 minute, this is just my personal opinion. Anyway, let's keep going.
Basically, I've got something really special for you guys, and I'm really excited for you to see it.
Okay, I'm going to fast forward slightly here.
Quickly and believe the results. Now again, this is a scalping strategy, so I want you guys to make your money as quickly as possible, and if you want to hold the trades long term, you can, but if you do, I want you to take some profits off the table so that it's a risk-free trade. And this scalp.
Okay, so first rule is that we're scalping. We're going to be taking profits as quick as possible, and we might be trailing. I think it was something like 80% he said he took off, so we're going to be trading the rest. Okay, let's keep going.
Strategy works on every single time frame. If you're 1 minute scalping or 5 minute scalping, this is going.
You see, this is where it's just too good to be true, guys. I mean, every single time frame, every single pair, it just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You have to understand that that is not going to be something that exists. Never. Sorry.
Going to help you. All right, enough talking. Let's get into the charts. All right, I have a completely bare naked chart right here on Euro US dollar. I'm going to give you 3 indicators that you need to put up on here. The reason I'm choosing 3 indicators is because most people have the basic TradingView package only allowing you 3 indicators, and these 3 are the only ones that you're going to need for this successful scalping strategy. To get these indicators on your
3 indicators, because it's the way it fits as onto TradingView, is not a good way of setting up a trading strategy. Yeah, I wouldn't ever say to people, this is how you build a trading strategy. get a free TradingView account, number one, you won't have enough data. Number two, you don't build a trading strategy like that. You build it on risk to reward. You build it on risk management. You build it on a set of trading indicators that work well together. One for choosing your trend, another one for volume, a crossover. All of those great things. You don't build it just because it's going to fit a certain amount of an audience on YouTube. That's another personal opinion. But anyway, let's keep going.
On your chart, click the indicators button and type in smoothed. Normally I use the smoothed moving average, but instead of having one indicator for each average,
first indicator, smooth moving average.
We're going to choose the 3 smoothed moving averages right
here
by Hamid Safi. Make sure that you click the RSI, the relative
the
strength
RSI
index.
Is the second one.
Also put a star next to it. And the last one that you are going to do is fractals. Type in the name Williams to the search bar and you'll see the third option down is...
Okay, so we have the smoothed, 3 smoothed moving averages. We have Williams fractals and the RSI for our indicators. Right, got them all written down. We're going to be back testing that.
Williams fractals, put a star next to it. Also click it. Now, what I want you to do is adjust your settings exactly like this. In the 3 smoothed moving average, go into the settings and change the inputs to 21, 50, and 200, and change the style to white.
Okay, we're not bothered about the style. We have 21, 50, and 200, which is quite often used in the smooth moving averages. So it's cool. Right, let's move on to the next part, which is the RSI.
Settings wheel right here. Leave the length at 14. Now what I want you to do is change these two numbers from 70 and 30 to 50.
Okay, Archie obviously uses the RSI like a lot of people. The 50 line in the middle doesn't use the upper band and lower band. I've seen this before. Okay, we're going to move on to the next one. So when price is above the 50, we're taking longs. When it's below the 50, we're taking shorts. Let's keep going. Okay, we get over to the Williams fractals here.
Wheel, and you are going to leave the periods input at 2 and change the style to green, full color, and red, full color. And that's all you need to do for your settings. Now we've got 3.
Okay, so we're going to be adding the fractals a bit. The opposite way around, we're going to be green. So we're going to be longs, shorts, of reds. It was the other way around before. Right, let's keep going.
TradingView platform. Now, like I said, this scalping strategy works on every single time frame. You can scalp the 1 minute, you can scalp the 5 minute, you can scalp the 15 minute. Now, once you zoom out your chart, you're going to get a lot of clutter. There's a lot of arrows all over the place, but there are...
Okay, no mocking, no mocking. Let's keep going.
Only certain ones that I want you to take. And again, this works on every single currency pair. GBPJPY, Euro USD, USD JPY, whatever you want to do. Now, what I want you to look for is problem with any day trader.
Moving a bit forward because we know what indicators, just going to look for the settings.
Is getting the right entry time.
What, the entry? So we're going to be looking for the entry now.
If you get the wrong entry time, you could be sitting in a period of consolidation, or you could have gotten the move too late. So that is rule number 1. You have to trade with the trend, above the moving averages or below the moving averages. So
yeah, that makes sense. My trading strategies also would be above a moving average or some kind of trend line to decide whether we're in a bullish or bearish trend, whether we're consolidating. They're the kind of things that you try and filter out as an algo trader as well. So he's absolutely right about that.
So above all of these lines, you're looking for buys. Below all of these lines, you are looking for sells. So this is GBPJPY. Once the price breaks above the 200 and starts retesting it as support and continuing to go up, these two other subsequent moving averages, the 21 and the 50, now using the...
So obviously we're looking for all of the EMAs or the SMAs, sorry, to be above the 21 to be above the 50, the 50 to be above the 200 to take a long, and the other way around for a short. So that just
the Williams fractals, you are going to use these as your entry points. I want you to try to get the first move and the first Williams fractal signal when it crosses over the 200. So like here is too late. I want you to get here right when all of these 3 line up and you start getting these Williams fractals.
Okay, so we're good to go with that. We understand that we're going to be entering on the greens when all of the EMAs are above. I'm guessing the next part is going to be the RSI. Let's go forward a bit.
Either get in on the top or the bottom of this candle. We're going to put in our long position there and our stop.
Okay, this is one thing that I noticed about the trading strategy. The William fractals here have a 2 value, which is the validation candles after the actual triangle is printed. So actually he's getting in here, but this triangle would on real markets wouldn't even actually be showing until 2 candles afterwards. It'd be showing on this candle here because it's 2, so it takes validation to actually get only into the market on this candle here. So that's one thing that you need to be very careful. These things will repaint unless you wait for the 2 candles of validation. So that's our entry. We'll be actually entering all the way over here instead of on the next candle. That's why there's a 2 in the fractals.
Stop loss is literally going to be below the lowest part of that candle that had the printed triangle on it. Okay. You can either go for 5 pips, 10 pips, 20 pips, whatever you feel most comfortable with. A 20 pip move is a little bit less common than a 10 pip.
Okay, so we're going to be trading the GBP against the Japanese yen. On the 5 minute, and we're looking for, I think he said 5 pips to 10 pips. Okay.
This strategy, these 3 indicators, and using the first move once all of those moving averages line up, is literally one of the greatest things that I've ever thought of. And I didn't invent this, I just kind of put a...
Okay, so we have the rules for the strategy. I'm now going to go over to TradingView and code it, and then I'll come back to you and show you how I put it all together using Botify, and then we will go through all of the results together. I will test all the time frames because it's going to be hugely profitable on all time frames and all pairs, so I'm going to be back testing it on all of those. So let's get straight back over to TradingView. Can I ask you just a favor before we go any further? If you are enjoying the video, please don't forget to give it a good old thumbs up, and why not subscribe? I do videos every Monday and Friday backtesting loads of trading strategies so that you could continue profitable. You can also find links to Patreon. No sponsors here, just myself. Patreon, all down in the description, where you can find all of the trading strategies that I've coded and ready for you to hook up with bots, the ones that are profitable at least, and even Botify and things like that. Okay, just as a quick side note before I go any further, I don't have any affiliation with the moving average or Archie himself. I'm not here to criticize his channel or what he does, just here to do backtesting and providing you guys with the tools with the trading strategies that are good so you can automatically trade them. And if they don't work, they don't work. Right, let's get over to the computer. Right, okay, so I have the rules here on the screen. I'm on TradingView on GBPJPY. The smooth for a short, we're going to be looking for the smooth MAs to be 21, 50 and 200 below each other. The William fractals, we're looking for a red marker. We have to inverse those markers, as did Archie in his video. We're going to looking for the RSI to be below 50. TP, 10 pips, and stop loss. We're going to look for the high of whatever the William fractals are. Longs, obviously, to 21, 50, 200 above each other. William fractal, a green marker, flipped. We're going to be looking for a RSI to be above 50, TP 10, and we're going to be setting our stop loss to the low of where the triangle was for the William fractal. Right, okay, so to add the indicators, we're going to do we're going to go for smooth, and it's going to be this one here, which is the 3 smooth moving averages, this one just here. We're going to add that one, and then we're going to add William fractals, which is just this one here, and then we're going to add finally the RSI. Woohoo! RSI all the way down here, the relative strength index. Okay, so we got those all added. I've already added them to my chart. I've already made the modifications, so let's go through those very, very quickly. We're looking for William fractals to be exactly as it was. We've just changed the colors around, so the green is now the up arrow here, and the red is the down arrows. That's how it should be, according to Archie, which is perfect. We're going to be looking at the RSI. I haven't changed the RSI. Let's change the RSI very quickly. It's just the style. You have to take the upper and the lower bands off. The upper and lower bands, all of this off. We just want the middle band. That's it. There we are. Getting a bit confused here. Making that one a bit thicker. Nice and white there. Don't need the MA either. Gonna make the RSI a little bit thicker. You can edit this out. Ooh, rubbish. Okay. He likes it yellow. We'll make it yellow just for Archie. Okay. And then we have our SMAs. We're gonna have the SMAs set to 21, 50 and 200. And it looks just like that. Okay, so that's perfect. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to code all of these. It's very, very simple. I'm going to be using our companion Botify so that we can connect all of these very, very simply. I'll show you how to do that as well. If you know a little bit of code, it makes it even better, but you can connect all of these indicators into a strategy for backtesting and then connecting to bots with a couple of clicks now thanks to the David Botify. Boom! There we go. One thing that I didn't talk about on Archie's strategy is that he actually only trades the London session, so I've also coded that into the strategy. Right, so if we go over to the David Tech strategy, as you can see, we have our longs on our exits here. As I said earlier, the low of this candle is actually confirmed 2 candles later, which completely changes the strategy itself. But we are doing as Archie said, so let's go and have a look at this. Right, so we have our fractals set to 2, so that means that this candle, this green triangle will only pop up 2 candles later. That's why this candle is marked in yellow, and then we get our entry on the open of the next candle. So we're going to be going over this. So we set our stop loss, as you can see, perfectly to the bottom of this candle here. All of the MAs, as you can see, are in the right direction. We have a green triangle. Perfect. We have a take profits. Let me have a look at take profits. Let's measure this to make sure. We have a take profit of, I believe, 10 pips. Perfect. 10 pips. Perfect. Stop loss is there. Everything seems perfect as far as I can see. Let's go and have a look at some shorts over here. These green windows here, because you might not be able to see it on YouTube, but the background is green and this is over here is red. That is because the session, but this is the UK session or the London session, which is the green background. Let's go and find some shorts over here if we can. Looks like there's a lot of longs, not many shorts. Here we go. There's some shorts just to make sure that everything's fine as well. We've got our entry 2 candles after the red candle because that red triangle will not show unless those 2 candles have been closed. Then we have our entry. Let's have a look to make sure that we have our 10 pips as Archie likes. 10 pips, perfect. We have our stop loss set to the high of that candle just there. Okay, perfect. So let's go and have a look at some of the backtesting results and I'll show you how to set this up on Botify. So as you can see, the win rate actually itself isn't as bad as what I thought it would be. We have 362 trades. I have actually not included any trading fees whatsoever in this one. I normally do, but as we're not doing crypto today. Currently on the 15-minute on GBPJPY, as I said earlier, so I haven't included any fees, so it'll probably be slightly worse than this if you're adding fees. Net profit 0%. We're actually a little bit of a loss. As you can see, the equity curve is pretty bad. We have a profit factor of 0.9, drawdown of 0%. So yeah, pretty rubbishy strategy. Our Sharp ratio, I've never seen this bad before, at minus 194. Sortino -1. If we look at the average losses and wins, we have 0.08, 0.13 average loss. Our losses and wins in a row, let's have a look at these over here. I have to hide that just like that. We have max wins in a row was 10, max losses in a row were 5. Total wins 227, total losses 135. So the actual win rate of the strategy isn't as bad as it could be. It actually has a high win rate. It's just the problem of the stop losses being so far away and the take profit being so small. Let's go and have a look at some other time frames very, very quickly. Let's go over to the 1 minute to see if this is any better, as it is a scalping strategy and it was built for the 1 minute time frame. I don't really think that it will, but let's give it a go. Okay, on the 1 minute, as you can see, looks as bad. We've actually got a less of a win rate. We have a 36.28 win rate, 317 trades closed. Same sort of stats as on the other ones. Let's go up to 1 hour. The 1 hour has almost a 60% win rate, but as you can see, the equity curve looks particularly awful as well. Now, like I said, I haven't actually added anything in there for the David Tech strategies, for any conference or anything. I've added the 3 SMAs here for the entry. We're looking to be above levels and things like that in the algorithm. This is the algorithm from Botify. I have done a couple of videos on Botify and how to use Botify in the past. It is probably what I feel is though the most powerful indicator or strategy on TradingView. It helps you to backtest absolutely anything with a very little knowledge or no knowledge at all for coding. If I go down here, you can see that I've set the stop loss to the low of the candle, and we're looking for pips. We're looking for stop loss and take profits of 10 pips. Okay, so that's good. Everything's on there. It's right. If I go right to the bottom of the strategy here, you can see that we're trading from Monday to Friday, and we're currently set as a session of 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. So everything's set up as it should be. Let's go and test this on crypto. You never know, it might work. Let's have a go on crypto. Yeah, the pips and percentage is way too small for crypto, as I expected. The win rates are the same sort of win rates, and the equity curve looks as bad. As soon as we start adding some real commission in there like crypto, let's go to 0.7% here. As you can see, it's just going to get hammered by the fees. Okay, as you can see, it made it a lot worse. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. Like I said, it wasn't a dig in the slightest at Archie or his channel, The Moving Average. It was just to backtest his strategies. Obviously, this one I certainly would not trade in the slightest, but I kind of guessed that when I went through the actual video at the beginning. I will be doing a couple more of Archie's strategies next week, and also be doing some other YouTubers and doing a couple of other traders reviews and looking at their strategies throughout the next couple of weeks. You can download or add Spotify to your TradingView so you can stop losing money and backtest all of these indicators very simply with no code. The links to that is down in the description, or I do have 50 strategies myself. I almost forgot, a huge thanks to MKV from our Discord. This whole video was inspired by him and his work. He streams in our Discord once a fortnight, so a huge thank you to him. We're also attending the Block Chance event in Germany next week, Monday. So come and join us, come and say hello to us if you're in Germany. And without further ado, guys, keep safe, keep coding. Look forward to meeting you all. So, as always, trade like a boss, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye. I will leave you with the last words of Archie, as you know.
This strategy, these 3 indicators, and using the first move once all of those moving averages line up, is literally one of the greatest things that I've ever thought of.